All right. Happy Sunday. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to That Garden Life. We are in episode 9. If you're new here, my name is Mihaela Gruja. I make weekly videos about motherhood and entrepreneurship, but I also have this weekend series called That Garden Life where I show you our garden transformation. Last week in episode 8, I showed you how we got very close to finishing our driveway and also got started on our back garden. This week, our main goal is to get as close as possible to finishing the back garden. This week was not off to a great start. On Monday, we had torrential rain, which meant that the team couldn't come work on site. They needed to work with cement and mixing materials, and rain wasn't good for that. So we thought this would be a perfect day to go plant shopping. Over the weekend, Garrett and I spent a long time thinking about our plans for the garden and how we want to lay them out. Now, I will make a separate video about our process and the online resources that we used and the books that we used. But for now, just know that, perhaps unsurprisingly for those who know us well, we had a very detailed Excel spreadsheet with all the plants we wanted to get, the quantities, and it was all ready to go to place an order at the store. On Monday, before Garrett and Mark hopped in the van, we also got a very special delivery. This is a gorgeous piece we got from the Rutland Garden Centre. It is la pièce de résistance for our secret garden. Exciting delivery today. We've got the ferry coming. And stay tuned for the unveiling later in this video. The place we're getting our plants from is especially dedicated to landscapers, and you can only go shop there if you have a special permit. It's called Johnson's, and it's basically the store where every single plant store gets their plants from. It's huge, it's of gigantic proportions, it would probably take weeks to go through it, and without a list of exactly what you wanted to get, it would probably get very expensive and also just frankly confusing. Garrett gave our list to the store assistant, and they agreed to get in touch with an order of our plants and any replacements for the items they wouldn't have in stock. The rest of Monday we had no more work done on site because of the weather, so we spent the rest of the day preparing and thinking about the secret project we were going to plant in our garden, and that was a time capsule. I can't remember when exactly, but it was when I was looking at those front steps one day and I looked at the gap that is in one of the wings, and the idea just occurred to me of burying something in there for future generations. The second I mentioned it to Gary, he immediately thought it would be a brilliant idea, and the team as well got very excited about it. So we purchased this time capsule on Amazon. It is made out of steel. It is indestructible. On the marketing description, it says it would last for 200 years. Not that I'll be around to double check or get my money back, but it's very, very resistant, and it's got tons of screws to make sure that the contents remain dry and safe for many years to come. It was really fun to think about the contents and what we wanted to put inside. So we started by writing a letter. The letter contains some background about the house, who we are and our backgrounds, where we come from, the state of the world we're in right now, and also some reflections for future generations. We also took some black and white photos of ourselves in front of the house and the team that built the front steps. So we're now in week 4 of the garden renovation, and one idea that I had last week was to hide a time capsule in one of these stairs. So you'll see here as I'm showing you, there's a gap in one of these staircase wings. We're now just writing the letter. We want to put a letter and a photo in there. Not sure if we want to put anything else in there.
Tom is bringing a Brexit 50p coin that he thinks would be interesting.
We also included some newspaper clippings. We thought it would be great to give some more context as to what's happening in the world right now, and you know, what do the headlines say on that date in July. We also included some coins and a few small notes, Romanian money, American money, and English money. And finally, we also put in our business cards. So on Monday night, we started putting the capsule together. It's just a really fun thing to think about, of the reactions of these individuals when they discover it. Who knows who will own this house? On Tuesday, work was going on exclusively in the back garden. Mark and Ian were working on the rock wall, and Tom and Levi were working on the steps. Hello, how are you? Today is Tuesday, much better weather, and the team are back in the garden continuing the work, actually in the back garden now. The front garden is, I'd say, 90% done. We have to finish the driveway a little bit and then add the toppers on top of the staircase and the retaining wall. Most of the work now is being done in the back garden and it's looking really good. So happy with how it's coming along. So I'll show you in a little bit what the boys are up to. As a reminder, here's what our back garden used to look like before we started this project. On Wednesday, they finished the rock wall, or at least getting very close to it, and the back steps. There was lots of detail, and there still is a lot of detail to take care of, but we were getting closer and closer. On Wednesday was also when we got the toppers for the front steps. We had to make some adjustments here and remove a course of bricks to install that front step, that chunky top step. In hindsight, this is something that we probably would have done differently, but more on that in another video. And I am looking at a very beautiful feature in the back garden, and I'm going to show you right now. This is the, oh God, it is a bright. It is bright. We are at the end of the work day, and I want to show you a brief update on where we're at. Tomorrow is the last working day of half of the crew, so they are coming tomorrow to finalize a few things, and then we will be having Terry over next week to finish the side garden and a few bits in the front garden, and then next week after that we'll be doing some planting. Plants will arrive somewhere next week, the week after, and the boys will come into the plants afterwards. The hardscaping is what we're talking about in terms of it being done. Oh, very windy. Coiffura resista. We used to have a step on the side here, which was just in front of the kitchen door. Now we move the steps centrally in the middle of the French doors on the deck. The other thing we did was building this beautiful wall feature here. Instead of squaring it off, which was our original plan, we created an additional sort of curved wall on the right to lead into what will be the secret garden woodland space in the back. This used to be a wall here, so we shortened that. Raise the height. This will all be filled with topsoil. On this side, which will also be filled with topsoil, and lots of plants will be in there. And then these two steps, and we'll have gravel in here. That leads you nicely into what will be the secret garden. At the entrance of the secret garden, we will have an arch. We really like how it looks. Just the stonework. On Wednesday, Ian also built this fence in the back. So what has changed in the front? We added more topsoil, as you saw, and the steps are starting to really look finished. We now have all of the cement posts for the fence. When Terry comes and puts in the wood panels. Finally, on Thursday, there was a big push to finish a lot of things. First, we unveiled our fairy angel, and the boys moved it to the back of the garden. Here she is in all her glory and so wonderful. She's made of cast iron and is a Victorian beauty designed to be a bird feeder or a bird bath in the cup she holds in her hand. We have magical dreams about her becoming our daughter's friend at the end of the woodland garden and sharing her secrets with her. The boys also added topsoil in the back garden and level out that area. In one of the breaks, I offered the boys a zucchini chocolate brownie and I asked them to guess what vegetable I put in there, and I thought it was really funny that they never guessed zucchini.
Cauliflower?
No, but
Cabbage?
Tea.
Which one's mine?
the big one. You need to guess.
I can't guess it. I've had cabbage. I've had
It's a chocolate brownie, but it has a...
But it's good for you.
so we should go like a vegetable.
Yeah, there's a vegetable in there.
Really fast a second, shouldn't we?
Do you know what it is?
I've guessed cucumber, cabbage, potato,
What did you guess?
I got a cabbage, and I've been wrong with them all.
Sounds gross. And obviously, it's the raisins and all.
No, but there is a bit of apples. No?
You keep saying cauliflower. We keep saying no.
Maybe if he says it the third time.
It's not Back to the Future. We're not going to rebake.
Okay, shall I tell you? Zucchini.
They never against that to give me one guess.
Shredded zucchini.
Yeah, courgette. Courgette.
Oh, courgette.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's
I never got that.
On Thursday was also when they dug out the holes for the side fence wood poles and planted them in there. They also finalized the front steps and we sealed the time capsule after taking 2 black and white photographs. Towards the end of the day, they also laid out some stepping stones for the back garden to lead to the Angel Fairy. Alright, so as you can see, we are a little bit dressed up, and that's because today we are taking a photo for future generations. So what do I mean by that? We are actually going to be taking a Polaroid to insert in a time capsule. Yes, you heard it right. We are going to put a time capsule in one of the stair wings in the front entrance. Who knows who's going to own this house in years to come. If they do demolish the stairs, they'll find this time capsule from 2020. We're living in unique historic times and got a sense of that in the context of that through some newspapers that we bought. We clipped the main stories that have to do with the pandemic and with what's going on in the world at the moment. What else do we have in there? We also have our business cards, also another photo of us, and we're going to be taking a photo later. It's going to be a black and white photo of the team, and then we'll take a family portrait of us. So that's why we're dressed up a little bit. Got nice little outfits on. That'll be a fun thing to do.
Super fun.
I wish I would be the person that discovers it 200 years from now. Overall, a lot was achieved this week and the team worked very hard. We are now at the end of week 4 in the garden transformation, and it's clear that it's taking longer than we anticipated. There's still a lot more to do, but we have confidence that the team are doing their best and they will finish the project in style. Stay tuned for next Sunday, where I'll show you how we truly bring that secret garden to life with a fancy step into it, with a beautiful wooden pergola and also some trellises in the back, and also when we install our side fence for that much needed privacy from our side neighbors. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll catch you next week. Bye.